Gillian, thank you. Let's have a look through the papers this morning. You see how quickly they both set up there. Theologian Vicky Beeching,
like
comedian Andrew Ryder here. I know you've been found out. Look, we'll kick off with this I find fascinating, Vicky. The Independent on Sunday, and these are the faces of feminism. Who'd have thought it?
Who would have thought it? So this all really kicked off with Miley Cyrus and her twerking dance moves, followed up by Lily Allen's new music video, Hard Out Here, which is kind of a satirical take on the music industry, but has also raised criticism, especially regards to race in the video. But Amanda Palmer is the sort of sole focus of this article, really. She's saying that actually we owe these women a debt of gratitude because they've put feminism back on the map, the debate started, and she's saying that she feels like there's a window of opportunity for us to really reclaim what feminism means, and we need to make the most of it. So rather than sort of slamming them or picking holes in what they've done, she's saying let's take the opportunity, claim back feminism for the necessary movement it is for equality, and kind of unite around the cause.
Is feminism going to ever get any further than it is, though, in the sense that obviously there's been a huge amount of progress that's been made, and then Andrew's shaking his head because he knows because you know I'm on very thin ice with this one. But the fact that people like Miley Cyrus then start twerking all the rest of it, don't they just take it all back a step and say some women do not want this?
It's so complex. There's so many different nuances and intersectionalities within feminism. Some would say that it's very feminist for her to have the freedom to do exactly what she wants with her body. Others would say actually she's become a puppet within a machine. So it's very difficult when you talk about freedom of expression for women, because some will say what freedom is actually not. But I mean, she said she's the biggest feminist in the world because she tells women to be afraid of nothing. That's her sort of statement, and you've got to give her props for her boldness, at least. Yeah,
but it is an interesting debate we are talking about, which isn't a bad thing. Andrew,
yeah,
do you like a mo?
Do I like a mo? Yes, I've been growing this moustache now since January, just to get it ready, just to get it ready for November, and it's really good. Movember, it's November. Are you doing Movember this year?
No, I can't do it. I can't grow a beard or anything.
Scratch my finger. There's definitely something there.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah, just a little.
That's great. I'll feedback. It is November, and it's now the time for when I see all my mates growing these moustaches that seem like they fit in the 1970s or 1980s and stuff, which is really good, because if Lily Allen is doing her bit for feminism, men are doing their bit for, Moism, or something like that, as we call it, to raise money for male cancer. And it's quite good, actually, because a lot of men are getting very inventive with their moustaches. They do, like, handlebars, or they do, like, turn-ups at the end and stuff. A lot of celebrities get involved as well. I think it's really good. It's really good to kind of raise awareness for male cancer and stuff like that. I can't do it, obviously, because I don't have the facial gene to grow. I shave once or twice a decade.
Yeah.
So, But I think you would look very good with it here on Sunrise.
I just couldn't do it. My brother's has grown a mo, and actually it's very similar to that.
Michael Owen is your brother? That is amazing.
So, actually, well, it's terrifying, actually, when I Skype him, he does look awful with it. Sorry, Richard, but you do. But, it's all for a good cause.
Can get a bit creepy, though. I've got one guy friend who waxes his moustache.
Oh,
he kind of twists the ends, and I just think, too far.
But some people actually keep it on then for December because they think it looks pretty cool.
Well, there's another thing now, isn't there? There's Beard-December.
Is there?
Which is about growing
We've got everything. We've got Stoptober, which is stop something, Movember, Beard-December, what's January is Dryery.
Oh, yeah, well, it will be something like that.
Every month you're going to have to give up something.
I can't participate in any of these, though, because I don't drink and I can't grow a beard yet.
I don't
I'm maybe 80,
I'm
sure when I'm an old woman,
I never know you look, Vicky.
Neither do I, no.
You actually probably got more facial hair than I do.
Seriously,
I'm only joking.
there is no facial hair here.
I'm only joking, there's not.
Let's move swiftly on to Pope Francis.
A man with no facial hair.
No, but I tell you what, the Sunday Times saying, look, he's pulling people back to church. There is no doubt, whatever your view on Christianity, on religion as a whole, on Catholicism, this man is a breath of fresh air, isn't he?
He really is. I think it's fantastic. Archbishop Vincent Nichols described it as the Francis effect, and that's what they're using in the headline, saying that there's kind of this effect on the church that it's just been encouraged, that numbers are rising apparently in attendance, especially in cathedrals, only by a small amount, but they have seen him kind of invigorate the church already. He's only been in his role for 8 months. And I think people really relate to his humility, his simplicity, and I think he basically is, living out what Christianity should actually embody. The fact that he's choosing to ride the bus, that he's choosing not to live in a palace. I mean, these are just basic things that Christians should be doing.
But do you think the Catholic Church can cope with suddenly someone saying, do you know what, I want to talk about poverty, I want to talk about contraception, I want to talk about gay relationships, I want to talk about women in the priesthood. I mean, because it's a whole lot of stuff to take on.
I don't know if you've covered it much this weekend, but there's a survey that's just been rolled out by the Catholic Church where they're asking people 39 questions related to kind of ethical life issues, so same-sex relationships, abortion, euthanasia, things like that, and they're asking to try and get a gauge on the actual Catholic populace, because other surveys have shown that actually the people aren't really living out the teachings of the Church. Very, very small number of people, about 5%, some research out of Lancaster University showed only 5% are actually doing what the Church says in full. Yeah. So he's doing the survey to see what could be changed, but I don't think really much will change. I think he is a man within a system. He might want to create change to this survey, but really he's kind of trapped by the machine, and I don't really think we're going to see much flexibility in their ethics, to be honest, which I think is a shame.
Yeah. Oh, well, we shall see. You never know. At least the discussions are being had.
Exactly, which is better than nothing.
I was raised a Catholic and stuff like that, and I don't go to church as much anymore, but I find him quite interesting. Like he's become very open. You know what I mean? He's approaching things in a very, very different way, and it's kind of like it makes you think a little bit more about it. If he starts DJing in churches now, I'll probably go back. If he puts on a night like 80s boogie night, we'll go and do it. But no, he seems he's got a very different sort of approach, and he sort of wants to engage, and it's kind of like a bit more very refreshing.
We need to get him teamed up with Whoopi Goldberg, don't we? Am I thinking Goldberg?
Sister Act,
yes.
That would be amazing.
He tweets, of course, which says a lot about his personality.
Oh, yes.
Andrew.
Yes. Are you...
Any excuse to show a picture of David Brent, there you go. Yeah. Classic.
Love it.
He's obviously still on Movember as well.
But
also, yes, employers, when they're
like
recruiting... Employers, when they're looking to recruit staff, what they do now is they go on and check your social media and what you're putting on Twitter, what you're sharing on Facebook, and it can kind of show what sort of personality traits that you do have. There's some quite interesting ones here that they say that people who care for the welfare of others frequently use the words like us, friends, family, health. And those who don't have those qualities are more likely to use words as work, school, job, music, and beer, and stuff like that. So that you're a bit more. So if you wanted to say, if you want to say, I want to go for a beer with my family, it's a bit of a contradiction in what they're trying to say. But I often find that you've got to be very careful on social media as well. With what you say. Like I don't drink alcohol anymore, but I remember when I was drinking, I would be out on Twitter, I'd have a few pints, and I might put something up. And I'd wake up the following morning and I'd scroll back and I'd go, oh, God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think you've got to be very careful nowadays because everything is so scrutinised, and nowadays people are so instantly reacting to stuff that they feel the need to vent, and put stuff out. And it's got to be very, very careful with that, especially if you're looking for a job in this current climate.
That's a very good idea. Yeah. What a boring sofa we have for you this morning, ladies and gents. 4 of us, not one of us drinks. I'm very sorry. What a boring group we are for you.
Must be a record.
It probably is, I should think. Stay with us. We've got more papers heading away. Just a moment. So we're looking through the papers with Vicky and with Andrew. We're trying to set each other up on dates and things. It's absolutely fantastic. It's what you do on a Sunday morning, isn't it? I'm trying to find the last story to end on, which is going to be good. I'll tell you what, Vicky, how about a dog in a hat? Oh. No, we can talk about a 2-year-old later on who's got some smoking habits, but
amazing.
How about this, a Churchill dog?
So this is a calendar for 2014. You might want to request it as a stocking filler. It's called Hounds in Hats, and you've got a bulldog in a bowler hat. Got some other options.
This is lovely. Look
Dogs
at this.
in headgear. I love that. The sailor.
Dodgy, though,
I don't know if you've got the one with its ears flying back in the wind, but...
oh, yeah, hold on, let me just pull it down a bit.
Show us your ninja skills. There he is. And apparently the trend of buying accessories for your pets is just sweeping the UK. Yeah. And many people are sort of buying hats and scarves and coats and stuff.
What do the pets think? Do they like
well,
it?
Here's one just for you, Andrew.
Oh, here we go. I knew this was going to come up.
Stereotyping there.
Oh, yeah, and he's ginger as well.
He's ginger, so totally stereotypical. The whole thing.
And he's got a pint of Guinness in front of him. Oh, that's for Christmas, yeah. He's got a
That's
funny.
so stereotypical.
I wonder what his name is.
I dread to think.
Seriously.
Has he got a name on it?
gotta be Paddy.
Has it got a name on it?
No, it doesn't say. Doesn't say.
Well,
Just-
you were saying there, Philip, what do the dogs think of it? I think he's having a great time.
Some of them are,
He's
but
having a great
I used to
time.
live in California, and they actually have actual departments in fashion stores, like the really high-end shops
For
have a dog
dogs?
department. And I would see people trying these things on their animals, and they clearly didn't want to wear them.
Yeah.
And so they would have the hat on and just lose it. Yeah. But I do think it's our impetus to want to dress these animals. I don't really think
they really want
they
it.
want to
Need
wear
it.
them.
a bit of fun like that is nice. I like that. Look,
It's a bit strange, though, if you see a dog looks better than you.
this happens to me all the time, sadly, Andrew. Look, we're out of time. We'll see you both in an hour. Look forward to that. Quick check on the sports headlines, Charlie.